Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing out there today? Welcome to the vote. You're here with your boy Dennis Holmes and my co-host for the day, Chadwick George, D-Wick.
How we doing?
How's it doing, baby?
We always got a great show for you guys, so I'm always excited. Like I said, it's Monday. I'm on my off day. I'm here with my boy Dennis. We're here to talk football. We're here to talk some fun. I would love to see you guys comment in the comments, and we do have some special announcements at the end I'll do for you. So, like I said, let's get into it, Dennis. You ready, bro?
I'm ready.
All right, let's get it. I'm going to start off the show. Like I said, also, too, just some future reference as far as such. Next week, if you guys tune in on Monday, we will have Denzel Ware, former University of Kentucky player, who will be coming on our show. So tune in next week for sure. Any questions you guys think of, put them in the comments or just message me and I will ask them. Other than that, let's start the show off. So, first question on the ballot. If Aaron Rodgers never wins another championship, Dennis, what would you actually rank him in as far as such as the greatest QBs? Some people have him in his top 5 already, but I only have one championship. What would you rank?
Let me say this straight up and correct. Shout out to my boy AB, who put Aaron Rodgers in his top 5 of all-time QBs. But I got him in the top 10 if he does not win another ring. I got him in my top 10.
You're also the guy who says that Peyton Manning is in top 5. I don't know if I should take your word for anything, honestly and truly.
No, Peyton Manning is not top 5.
I don't see how, but we're not going to.
Is that in my top 5? Do you remember who I had in my 5?
You had, if I'm being exact, you had Tom Brady, you had Montana, I think. You had Tom Brady, you had Montana. I want to say you had Drew Brees.
No,
you had Brett Favre, wasn't it?
Brett Favre, yes. I had Brett Favre in there.
You had Marino, didn't you?
Dan Marino. This is it.
I don't remember your last one.
I think my last one was I think it was Elway.
Can I ask you something?
I think it was Elway.
All right, let me ask you something. It's the way you basically fault Peyton Manning for playing with a Hall of Famer at wide receiver, right?
2 of them, not 1 but 2.
Okay, so let me ask you something. Why doesn't Joe Montana get any fault? Because he played with 2 Hall of Famers at wide receiver too. He played with the greatest wide receiver of all time, and Dwight Clark. And hold on, wait, and he played with Deion Sanders on the defensive side, and Ronnie Lott on the defensive side. Well, wait, hold on. He didn't play with Deion Sanders. Wait. Here's how stacked those teams was.
He didn't play with Deion Sanders though.
Wait. Here's how stacked they was. His backup came in and won 2 championships.
His backup only won 1 championship.
Steve Young?
Steve Young only got one.
I think he got 2, I think.
No, he won 1. He only got one.
Oh, so
the 90s, I hate to say this, but the 90s were dominated by the Dallas Cowboys. They only got 1 Super Bowl.
Okay. Even still to that point, that's how dominant this man's team was. You're faulting him for playing with Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne?
Well, all those players that he played with wasn't all the same players that Steve Young played with. Steve Young got to inherit Jerry Rice. But
he got to inherit Jerry Rice in that defense too.
No, that defense was remade.
It was still good though, wasn't it? It still had pieces.
Remade, though. It was a remade defense.
It still had some pieces there.
Listen. It's kind of like us talking about. This is how it is. It's kind of like us talking about Kaepernick when he went with San Fran and Jimmy Garoppolo going with San Fran now. Some of those pieces are still there, but that's a whole remade defense.
Okay.
That's a whole remade offense except from Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice was the only difference on that offense.
Okay, but hold it, Dennis. Just think about it. I just want you to think about this. You're faulting him once again for playing with 2 Hall of Famers.
2 Hall of Fame. He played with. To be honest with you, he played with 3 Hall of Famers, possibly a 4th one.
Who's the 4th?
Possibly the 4th. I think Jeff Saturday's gonna go in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, still, once again, hold on, once again, So are we? All the players. Okay, so four Hall of Famers compared to how many players Joe Montana played with that was Hall of Famers?
Joe Montana played with. It was Jay Rice.
I can look at the roster.
It was Jay. I want to make sure I say this right. It was Jay Rice. It was definitely Ronnie Lott. I think Bill Romanowski's in the Hall of Fame. I think he might be. I don't know. I think his attitude might not got him in there.
You got Joe. I mean, you got Jay Rice, right? Yeah. You got Dwight Clark because he played with him.
Dwight Clark, great tight end. He was not there with Steve Young.
Okay, I'm saying we're talking about Joe Montana right here. So
okay,
I get you. I got you. He wasn't there with Steve Young, but he was there with Joe Montana. So we definitely got those two, correct?
Yeah. Okay. Trisha Joy, how you doing? Arthur Burgess, how you doing? Thank y'all for tuning in. Dan Stevens, what's up, Dan Stevens? Hey, and Roger Craig. Did Roger Craig make the Hall of Fame?
No, he didn't make
Roger Craig made the Hall of Fame.
He didn't make it. Let's not act. His stats are very similar. His stats are very similar to Edgerrin James, the person that you don't think should be in the Hall of Fame.
I don't think Edgerrin James should be in there.
Okay, so you come on, you're gonna name drop him.
I know. Listen, I don't think that Edgerrin James should be in there, and I've said this to you a lot.
You have
had this conversation.
What I'm telling you is, you can't fault Peyton Manning for playing with Hall of Famers when your boy Joe Montana, who people literally says is the second best quarterback of all time, played with as many Hall of Famers as anybody in the league.
I don't think he played with as many Hall of Famers as anybody. We only named 4.
I think it's more than 4.
I know a guy that played with more than 4.
I think it's more than 4. I'm trying to get the roster up so I can actually tell you, because I'm pretty sure it's more than 4. Like I
think it's only 4. You know, you go back, you look at that Dallas Cowboys team. They got
they have like 8. That's different.
Got like 8, and nobody puts Troy Aikman nowhere near them.
So you're right, but you know what made the difference though? Everyone knows Troy Aikman was a decent quarterback made by his team and stuff. Yeah, we all know that.
Like Troy Aikman, he was all right.
He was all right.
He was the only guy that could have done it.
Can we agree to this?
Can we agree to what?
Joe Montana's always had a defense for most of his career, correct?
Right.
Is that true? Peyton Manning had a defense for what? Maybe 4 or 5 years out of his whole career?
I'll say that, yeah.
Okay, so he had to put up most of the points.
3 was with Denver.
Okay, right. So he had to put up most of the points to get to his playoff spots, right? He couldn't take any games off, because if he did, they would get blew out, right? And we're over here faulting this man once again for playing with half of a team, literally half of a team, because his defense was not nothing.
I'm faulting him because when it was time for him to win a game and the ball was in his hands and he had a chance to make the tie and, to go win the game, he didn't do it. That's why I'm faulting.
But you have what you call it in your top 5. I mean, we can say the same thing for Dan. I mean, yeah, Laces out. Dan, we can say the same thing for my man Dan, right?
Hey man, Dan Marino, how many Hall of Famers he played with?
Okay, I get what you're saying. I'm not saying he played with.
I'm just saying we're talking Hall of Famers now.
You're right, and I'm not saying he played with a star-studded cast. But once again, you're putting a man with no rings in there. Like with no rings.
Marino, if you go back and you think about it, Dan Marino does not have Hall of Famers all up and down his offensive line.
He doesn't, and I agree with you. And I agree.
I think it's only one other Hall of Famer on his offense.
Who's over Hall of Famer?
I think it's only one, and I'm not even sure.
No, and once again, I agree with you. But this is the equivalent. Like, I just can't sit here and like I said, I respect your list and everything, because then it's like I said, I respect you. But you not putting Peyton Manning in the top 5 was like
top 5. But don't get me wrong, he makes the top 10. I'm not putting Drew Brees in my top 5. But
I just don't see how you're faulting somebody. Hold on, this number thing just doesn't make sense. You have Brett Favre in your top 5, but not Peyton Manning.
Brett Favre was the man of that era. That was a quarterback era in the 90s, and Brett Favre was the face of the NFL.
He has one single ring. Everything else is like literally average, truly, except for his year with the Vikings. Everything else is truly average. Truly.
No, I don't think it's average.
Truthfully and honest,
I think Brett Favre was the man. Like we
He
can't.
was he was the quarterback, and he was the face of quarterbacks because of who he was. He's a hard worker. Don't get me wrong. He's a hard worker, and he's a playful guy. He is the true embodiment of football at the end of the day because he's gonna go out there and play no matter what.
You
But
gotta
that
think.
should not
You
stray
gotta
you
think
away from
about
the
it.
way he plays at times.
Brett Favre is the reason a lot of these guys got jobs, man.
So we're just not gonna act like this man doesn't have the most picks in history of NFL, right?
You do, but I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, Brett Favre is the reason.
And once again, but that doesn't go effective to the point that you.
That's because he played the longest, though. He played for 20 years.
But Tom Brady.
Tom Brady played for 20. How many other guys
Wait. But Tom Brady is playing right now on his 22nd.
His 20th year right here.
Okay. And he doesn't have as many picks as him.
No. He don't take as many chances as him.
Peyton Manning doesn't have as many picks as him.
First of all, Peyton Manning had a noodle arm his last year.
So him throwing he would have probably had to throw for 60, 70 more interceptions to even catch up to Brett Favre.
Probably so. But he he didn't take chances. That's why that's why he didn't win as many Super Bowls, because he didn't take as many chances.
Come on.
What's up, Uncle Yub Yub?
All right, Dennis. Let's get back to
look at it. Look at it. There was I want to make sure I got these dates correct with these times. I remember Peyton Manning had to play, and I don't want to see. I wasn't prepared for this Peyton Manning conversation, but we're gonna get back to this next week. Next week,
can I ask you something? Who's in the 2000s?
In the 2000s, I think in one of his early playoff appearances, I think he lost to Miami. I think it was Miami, and it was a blocked out game because there was no fans. There wasn't enough fans in the stands in Miami for a playoff game. I remember that.
It happens.
And he lost to Miami.
It happens.
No,
it happens.
He was not supposed to lose to Miami.
Can I ask you? Let me ask you something though. Let me ask you something. If you literally, who were the best quarterbacks of last? I mean, if in the 2000s, who was the best quarterbacks like in the 2000s?
He was a gunslinger. Who was the
best quarterback? Who's the best quarterbacks? It's only two names that you can name.
Tom Brady and Peyton Manning.
Okay, then. So,
who was the best quarterbacks in the night?
And then you carry that, because guess what? You carry that on for another 5 years in the tens, because that's what he had. Another 4. I'm sorry, 4.
Man, that last year was a noodle arm.
Another 4 years in the tens.
Yeah, one noodle arm.
No, he had 4.
Like he missed the year. He missed the year because of the whole neck injury.
He had 4. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He had 4. He didn't have 5. He had 4. You carry that on. So this man has 14, 15 years of consistency making the playoffs with 2 Super Bowls. You're telling me this man isn't top 5? Dennis, come on. You got to be playing with me, right?
No, he's not himself up.
All right.
Even Blaze got Montana, Brady, Manning. Those are the 3 of the 99% of people's top 5. Not mine.
Yeah, that's why I said 99%. You obviously are at 1%.
1% that did not put Peyton Manning in my top 5.
I guess so. We just straight off from the 4-hour conversation. Let me answer the question before we move on to our next topic, and we read the comments though. I asked the Aaron Rodgers question: does he make the Hall of Fame? I mean, does he make the Hall of Fame? He's gonna make it, but where we rank him if he doesn't win another championship? I don't think he's gonna win another championship anyway as it is. Shout out to all the Packers fans and Dre. I know y'all think I hate y'all, but I don't. I just don't think y'all gonna win another championship because obviously y'all not helping them by getting another wide receiver. But that's besides the fact. I think he is going to be in the bottom 10 of it. I'll say probably about 7 through 10, maybe, in that area.
Okay.
He's top 10 though for sure.
I got him 7.
He still is though. At the end of the day, probably the second best QB talent we've ever seen behind now. At the end of the day, is going to be Patrick Mahomes because Patrick is Patrick. And I can argue with y'all about that anybody if y'all feel like that he's better than him as far as talent-wise. But you want to go and
read these comments? Hold on, man. Let me read
these. You want to go and read the comments?
Because they went a little deep on these comments. Dan Stevens said, "Too bad he went to Pittsburgh for that song." LOL. Kellen said no. Dan Stevens said maybe 10th, and I don't care about rings. Uh, then he said Marino was one of the best without one.
What are that Hall of Famers?
Please like and share the show. Deborah said, "What's your team, Dan?" And Dan said he's an Eagles fan. Deborah said Marino would have liked to win a ring before his career ended. Don't go there. Okay. Kellen
Of
said,
course he would have.
please like and share the show. Thank you. Dan said Ronnie Lott, Jerry Rice, and Roger Craig. Deborah
Roger
said,
Craig's not in the Hall of Fame. I don't think. I'm pretty sure he's not though.
welcome to the vote with D. Wick and Dennis Holmes. Dan Stevens said he should. Dan Stevens says Edge is a bad man, bro. No, I don't like Edge James.
Edge James good, but he's not. He's not.
Dan
I mean,
Stevens said the only reason Kurt Warner has a ring is he had wide receivers that could have thrown the ball and won the games. He had wide receivers that could have thrown the ball. Okay. Kellen for the quarter said the Bills. Dan said screw the Cowboys. Like and share the show, ladies and gentlemen, on all platforms. Dan said agreed. Dan said isn't Clayton in the Hall of Fame? Dan Blaze said Peyton is sure fire top 5. Kellen said Richmond Webb. Richmond Webb was a beast at the tackle for Miami. Oh yeah, he was. Dan Stevens said the only time Manning won a Super Bowl is when he had a defense to fall back on. Blaze said Montana, Brady, Manning. Those are the three are in the 99% of people's top 5. Uncle Yup Yup said yo yo. Dan Stevens said Favre didn't think as good as Brady. Not a good quick decision maker. That's why he has so many picks. That doesn't just happen. Brett Favre is everyone's favorite because he let his nuts hang on and off the field. Hey, Blaze, wait a minute, man.
I was about to say, please don't read that.
Kellen, Razzo's Family Force Show, The Vault. Dan said he's going to be headed to a new location soon. So who knows if he wins another ring. TC said Brady the GOAT. And Uncle Yup Yup said no, Roger Craig is not in the Hall of Fame. I didn't think so.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I thought.
Come on, man.
All right, next topic.
Next topic, man. What's going on? I think, you know what, to end this all, I think Aaron Rodgers will end up, my predictions, and people think I'd be crazy, but my predictions is that somehow, some way, Aaron Rodgers will end up on the Chicago Bears to go stick it to the Green Bay Packers twice a year for at least 2 seasons and win a Super Bowl. Those are my predictions.
I don't think he's going to. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna say I don't think he is. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not gonna say I don't think he's gonna make it. What I'm gonna say is I don't think he's gonna win a ring with him. That's what I will say though.
Okay. What's up, Ricky? What's your next one?
All right. Next topic, fellas. Next topic. Who going into this next season? Who do you have as your top 10 coaches?
Top 10 coaches.
Yes, we can name them off one by one.
I don't have one. I'm gonna go Andy Reid. I'm definitely gonna go the Seahawks coach.
Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll. I'm definitely going to go the Ravens coach, John Harbaugh. I'm definitely going with the Eagles coach, Doug Peterson. See that out the way. Who's another good coach out there? I like the Rams coach, but he won't get the credit he deserved because they're not going to start winning for another year or two.
Talking about Sean McVay?
Sean McVay, yeah. I think this year Tampa Bay's coach going to get some love.
Bruce Arians?
Yeah, I like Mike Tomlin. I'm going to give Sean McDermott some love. You know what? For everything that he's been dealing with still to make the playoffs.
You got me in your top 10?
Yeah, Sean. They made the playoffs, so they definitely top 12. So I'm putting him in the top 10. I think he's better than Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. He is better than Bill
Better
O'Brien.
than Bill O'Brien, so I'm putting him in the top 10. Who's another one? Trisha, you like the Jets, huh? Sorry to hear that, Trish.
You have not said Bill Belichick yet.
Bill Belichick is another one. Those are the easy ones. I'm trying to get one of the ones out the way. There's so many new coaches. You're trying to.
I think you're like 7. And then you got 3 more because you just named Bill.
You're trying to get the other ones. You know what? All right, that's a toss up. I'm not touching either one of them. This is pretty hard. I'm gonna have to give LaFleur, even though he ain't do nothing to fix his team in his offseason. I'm gonna have to give LaFleur some love for his first year coaching. He went all the way to the NFC Championship game, and I got to give the Tennessee Titans some love because nobody, and I mean nobody, had them going to the AFC Championship game but them. All right, so I got to give him some love. And for the last coach, I feel like I'm missing somebody. I said Mike Tomlin, though. I don't know. Who you got?
All right. This is no order either. I got Andy. Andy Reid coming off a championship. Got Patrick Mahomes there. He is the true QB whisperer. You gotta put Andy Reid in your top 10, if not one right now. I mean, he just won a Super Bowl, but that's besides the fact. I got Harbaugh for sure. He changed his whole system up to fit Lamar Jackson and succeeded by doing it. I've seen him change systems 2 times now. I mean, he's a good coach. He's a very, very good coach, like a very, very good coach. I'm putting Bill in there, obviously. Bill's the go-to. He's the go-to coach at the end of the day. So, got to put Bill in there. Got Mike Tomlin. You saw what he just did with a 3rd and a 4th string quarterback. I mean, he didn't make it to the playoffs, but
right. I definitely felt as though he may not have gotten Coach of the Year, but he should have been in the nominations.
I think he should have been in the nominations for sure. Like I said, you have a 3rd and a 4th string still in contention to go to the playoffs in the last week of the playoffs. Like literally, and everyone was hurt, and you didn't have a number 1 wide receiver, to be truthfully and honest. I mean, your running back was hurt the whole year, so you're playing with Benny Snell Jr. and I forgot who Trey Edmonds' brother. I mean, you like he works wonders. Like I said, he's definitely in the top 10.
Uh-huh.
I got Pete Carroll for sure. He always has the Seahawks playing at a high level. Got Doug Peterson. I like Doug Peterson a lot. Like I really like Doug Peterson a lot.
Everybody loves Doug Peterson. Everybody.
I got Sean McVay from the Rams. Real good coach, younger coach. Obviously, like I said, the Rams had a down year this year, but let's not forget that he did take his team to the Super Bowl after them having one of the worst records in the league the year before that. He's a good coach. Let's not forget about that. I got Kyle Shanahan, offensive guru, but horrible play calling when it comes down to the stretch. But he'll get you where you need to get.
That was the reason why I didn't want to put him.
He'll get you where you need to get, though. I mean, I'm just saying he'll get you where you need to get. I can't. He'll get you there.
I was stuck on him, and keep going.
I got Mike Vrabel for my 9. It's not an order. That's what I said. I'm just saying this is the 9, though. Nice spot that I have in there for my top 10. And then I was contemplating between 2 people here. And if anyone knows, I'm not a big fan of Sean Payton because he gets outcoached a lot. Like, I mean a lot. Like, he's the equivalent to me. And it came to my head like a couple days ago. Sean Payton is the equivalent to me of John Calipari in college coaching. They have a lot of talent sometimes, most of the time. Great coaches too, as far as such being motivators and stuff like that. Not the best X and O coaches, but motivators, on the field coach, personalities, yeah, great. But they don't never get the job done. So I had to contemplate with him, and I had to contemplate between Mike Zimmer, who I think is a great defensive coach. And Given the talent, he's a good coach decently. So it was between those two. It was between those two. Now with them, the Saints getting Emmanuel Sanders this year, I do think they're going to excel because it's going to take pressure off of Michael Thomas, and I think Sean Payton is going to have a good year. So I gave the nod to Sean Payton on this one.
Okay. All right. I hear that. I'm still stuck on my last one, but I don't think I'm going. I don't think I'm going Sean Payton on that. I don't think I'm going. You know what? I show him some love. I go with the 49ers coach. Trish, why are we sitting here? So why are we sitting here just discussing about the Jets? Ain't too much I see good in the Jets. No hate or nothing like that. It's just the Jets.
I mean, honestly, Adam Gase isn't a great coach, but it's whatever. You want to read the comments before we go on to the next topic?
Yeah, I read the comments. Definitely read the comments. Hold on. I gotta go all the way back. All right, here we go right here. Dan Stevens said Detroit. Ronald Ennis said, yo, what's up? Kellen for the coaches said Sean McDermott. Uncle Yub said Mike Tomlin. Kellen for the coaches said Sean McDermott again. Trisha said the Jets. Ronald Ennis said absolutely. Kellen said Jets stand for just end the season. Ronald Ennis said respect. Kellen said D Wick be on some stuff. Kellen said don't say Gruden.
Is he mad because I ain't put Sean McDermott in his top 10? I got him in the top 11, top 12.
Yeah,
I just think those people are better coaches.
Patricia. He said put Patricia on there. Trisha Joy said Jets. Trisha said you're missing the Jets. Triz said I'm trolling tonight. Triz said why my eyes going different way. Trish, you come over here talking smack too, man. All day. They say don't come on live to tear people down. Trish said get out y'all feelings. Trisha said you got the Jets. Come on, you can do it. He said so nobody can say need a haircut, huh? There's distractions, dude, trying to do something. Okay. All right. Trisha said that the Jets had the best draft.
No. Absolutely not.
Trisha said that the Bills throw people through tables culture. And
is that all the comments?
Up.
We good?
Yeah, we are all caught up. What is the wait.
All right.
Wait. Let's just get to this conversation. Who did you put over Sean McDermott?
You said who did I pick over
Sean McDermott?
Only person I put over Sean McDermott is Mike Zimmer. That's all. That's truly all. I just have one person over Sean McDermott.
I like Mike Zimmer. You like Sean Payton over Sean McDermott?
I do like Sean Payton over Sean McDermott. Yes. That's what I'm saying. But I had him in my team.
They underachieved this year.
I don't think they underachieved to my standards. I don't have them ever going to the playoffs because I just don't think Drew Brees is that great of a quarterback. I think he's a great quarterback. Let me rephrase it. I think he's a great quarterback, but
I think he's a terrific quarterback. I think he has they have a great offense set up, but they underachieved. They had a home playoff game and they lost.
Yeah, they lost to who?
They lost to Minnesota.
Okay, and what coach?
Mike Zimmer.
Okay, and that's the reason why I put him.
Like I said, it's only this is the way I see it. There's only 12 teams that made the playoffs last year, right? And I felt as though two of those coaches I just wasn't putting in there.
Hold on, but wait. So I feel like you're giving the Bills a consolation prize right now.
I'm not. Listen,
Hold on.
I'm not doing the political. Maybe I am. Maybe I am doing the political thing.
Hold on, because look,
let me tell you why.
Okay.
At the end of the day, they didn't have a home playoff game. They team that nothing on their team said offensively that they was going to make it to the playoffs. Now we heard it all year because we in a Bills dominant group. But we know that looking at them, no, they ain't making no playoffs. Their defense is all uptight. The defense is tight. Number 2 in the league. That's tight. But ain't nothing about them said that they gonna make the playoffs.
Okay, here's the thing. I feel like you're giving them a consolation prize right now.
I feel as though you're giving the Saints a consolation prize.
No, but here's the reason why.
Here's the NFC Championship game the year before.
Here's the reason why.
And they lost the playoff game at home.
Hold on, here's the reason why. You're giving them a consolation prize. Yes, the Bills made the playoffs. Okay. They had everything stocked against them. The odds were against them. Yada, yada, yada. Right? Okay, I get you. It's still the same team that had, what, a 17-point lead in the wild card game and blew it? And we're going to call we just can't blame Josh. Wait, you can't just blame Josh Allen. You can't just blame the offensive coordinator. A lot of it, at the end of the day, goes on the head coach and his game plan and why they blew that lead. A lot of it goes on Sean McDermott. But, the person I put in front of him, which is Mike Zimmer, beat the Saints, right? He beat the Saints because they weren't supposed to win. Me and you were the only people that had
wait a minute. Whoa.
So, me and you were only...
wait. The Saints came in that game... Wait. The Saints came in that game dead. And all that you just said about the Bills, you can't say that about the Saints?
What? Did they what? They didn't blow the lead, though.
No, they didn't blow a lead, but they did come in that game dead. They did come in that game like, oh.
They didn't have a 17-point lead. I know that for sure.
Only 2 people came to play in that game. Let's keep it real. And that was Mike Thomas and Taysom Hill. Only 2 people came to play in that game.
Once again, and I'm going to say this once again.
And everybody and their mom had Minnesota losing that game. Why? Because Kirk Cousins don't win big games.
Okay, and once again, I have faith in Kirk Cousins and Mike Zimmer at the end of the day because guess what? They're a better duo than I feel like Sean and Drew. And at the end of the day, all I'm saying is that you can't give somebody a consolation prize when they just showed in the wild card game that they truly weren't ready for that big spot when you blew a 17-point lead like that. Yes, Josh Allen was the fault. Yes, the offensive coordinator was the fault. Yes, the offensive line was at fault. But guess what? It all comes back to the head coach, too, at the end of the day. We know that. We get that. He is the true leader of the team at the end of the day. His game plan was terrible in that second half. And there is nothing anyone can say to me that is going to change that.
Okay, so his game plan was terrible in the second half. But at least he came out in the first half ready to fight. At what part did you see the Saints was ready to fight? I just want to know. You bashing the Bills, and now you got me over here like I'm this 100% Bills fan. But now I need to know. Yes, I do hate on the Saints because they do it every year. Every year they do the same thing. We good in the offseason. I mean, we good during the season.
You're right, and I get you.
And I to blow everybody out. We got the greatest offense, and it's right around November going into December. You'll see them just look dead.
Okay, and I agree with you. I agree with you, and this is the reason why I compared them to John Calipari and the University of Kentucky Wildcats, because literally this went to Wildcats every single year. I get you, and I understand that, and this is the reason why I don't like Coach Cal. And it's a weird comparison, but if you look into it, you'll understand what I'm saying. But you can't put somebody in your top 10 who can't even get over the hump of winning a playoff game without even with blowing a 17-point lead in the wild card game.
But you said going into this season, and if we going into this season, I'm taking McDermott over Sean Payton.
Okay. Look, we just gonna have to see.
I'm taking McDermott over Mike Zimmer since we going into this season.
Okay, we just have to see.
I'm taking them over both of them. Let me read these comments.
We just have to see.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see this.
Like I said, they literally have the same team over there with Emmanuel Sanders. Is going to take pressure off of Michael Thomas. So now you have to see one wide receiver catching the ball. They're going to have to worry about both wide receivers. And Alvin Kamara should be healthy. Okay, we'll see.
Trisha Joy said, yes, we did. Counting for the coaches said, but the Jets is trash. 9 playoff teams too, though. Ronald Enoch said, who ain't making the playoffs? Gerard said, I had them as a wild card sleeper. Deborah said, the Bill, Ronald. Oh, she must be talking about the Bills. Devon said, what's wrong, Chadwick? You can't concentrate? I'm lost.
I'm gonna tell you what he. I'll tell you after the show.
Ronald said, no, not the same team. Gerard also said, I've also been super high on a few of their players. I've been hyping up Levi Wallace. He was one of my.
Of course, you've been hyping up all your LSU players.
So I saw the potential of the secondary. Okay, that's the reason why I had them in the convo. Devon said, Chadwick George, you like that? You like that? He's crazy. Gerard said, and of course, I had Tre'Davious White in my top 10 for that class. He's so bleep good. Ronald Enoch said, we made the moves in the draft and in the offseason also. All right. So let's get on to this next topic.
All right. When fully healthy, who do you think is the best team in the NFL?
When fully healthy? Are you really asking me that?
I
only know one team.
Give me three.
Give me one team.
Give me 3 teams because I know one of them. Give me 3 teams.
Let me give you the other 2 then. When fully healthy, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are dangerous. When fully healthy, when fully, but besides my Philadelphia Eagles, that's my second team. But
it's just the Steelers.
The Steelers, the Eagles, and who's another team I'm scared of if they fully healthy? The Seahawks.
Okay. All right.
Who was your 3 teams?
I was busting your biz and everything, but I got so, and this is in this order too, to be exact. When fully healthy, who I have in this order. It's the only thing that I'm gonna have on order too, probably. Except for our last topic. I have the Eagles at 1.
Yeah, we know.
As I tell everybody, Carson Wentz. I mean, like I told you, I like Carson Wentz like I did more than I like Dak Prescott. Carson Wentz just gets injured. I think Carson Wentz is a top 10 quarterback. He just gets injured. If Carson Wentz is playing, I have full faith in Carson Wentz that he can take the team to the Super Bowl.
Well, so you got Carson Wentz in your top 10. Do you have Matt Ryan in your top 10?
I don't.
Do you think so you don't think he's a top 10 quarterback?
It depends what Matt Ryan I'm getting.
Okay.
It depends what Matt Ryan I'm getting. That's what I should say.
That's a good answer. Todd Crowley, what's going on, man?
But I have the Eagles at 1. He just got to the playoffs. Yeah, he got injured in the wild card game. I get it. But he got to the playoffs with a bucket of chicken last year with his receivers. He literally had no one.
He had a bucket of chicken. That's good to have a bucket of chicken.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it wasn't a bucket of chicken. It was more like a leg.
I feel as though he put an ad on Craigslist and people showed up. That's how I feel.
So I got the Eagles at 1. If healthy, especially on that defense too. If healthy, Eagles at 1.
What's up, Tony?
I got the Cowboys at 2. Cowboys healthy.
Wait. Who was injured last year from the Cowboys?
I'm talking about on the defensive side. They had some people missing.
Oh, who they got missing? Okay. The Wolf Hunter was missing last year.
Lawrence ain't played for a little while. Leighton Van Esch didn't. Jalen Smith was hurt for a little bit. Yeah, I about to say their best players on their defense was hurt. I mean, That's their three best players on their defense. I mean,
the Chargers.
And that's actually who my third team was. If the Chargers are healthy, it's scary. Like, it's scary for the whole AFC West. It's scary for the AFC in general if they're healthy. Only problem is we don't know what Justin Herbert's going to be. Is he going to be an Oregon quarterback, or is he going to be a ball?
Man, I would take my chances if I'm in a win now situation. I would have went and got Cam Newton. But as my man Kevin for the coaches said, your best ability is what? Availability. All right.
So, but those are my three though. If the Chargers are fully healthy, that defense is scary. You got Joey Bosa, you got Melvin Ingram, you got Chris Harris now, you got Casey Hayward, you got Derwin James back there, you got Desmond King. You got you got Thomas Davis still there for the linebackers. They just picked up K9 and that's all defense. And I didn't start naming offense, but you get the point.
And Jared was saying the Chargers, in his opinion.
He
said the Chargers, in my opinion, if Tyrod is at his best or Justin Herbert is actually good, Chargers is something to be reckoned with. Kellen said, "Are we talking about players that's hurt?"
The question, because Devon, the question was, who are the best? Who do we feel are the best teams when fully healthy? When fully healthy, who do we feel are the best teams?
Jared said Nasir Adderley at free safety. Okay.
Another team, like I said, is the Seahawks too.
Yeah, the Seahawks. Seahawks had both of these start running backs go down.
Yeah, I would say they had to go pick up old man Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch, my boy, beast mode. He wasn't beast mode no more. He was more so. He was Marshawn. That's what he was.
He ain't been beast mode since he went to the Raiders.
Devon said you turds wildin'. Kellen said you ain't got the answer, Sway.
He said San Francisco, Kansas City, Dallas, and Philly. I was talking about we was talking about teams truly. I mean, I guess that takes it. Because they have people.
San Francisco was injured. Who's injured in San Fran?
Quan Alexander, their best linebacker was. Well, their second best. But also, truly, I didn't put – you have the same teams that we have, Devon, except for the Chargers. I mean, we have the same teams, though, truly. We both said the Eagles. I said the Cowboys.
All right, for the others keep naming these teams, the thing is
they have to be
fully healthy. Like, was they missing something last year?
No.
I don't think the Bills was missing anything last year. I don't know how to say his name. Owasi?
Tranquil. Oh, you talking about Owasi? Oh, yeah. But look, let's move on to our next topic. Kellen, this is for you, buddy. This is for you, Kellen.
Kellen, name the topic after you.
Are running backs truly a dime a dozen? If so, if you do believe that, why? And if so, why not?
Some people out there, not just Kellen for the culture.
It's not just Kellen, yeah. No. I think Devon believes it too. I think Devon thinks it is too.
There's some people out there that believes that because a lot of these teams have a 3 running back set. And you only got certain teams that got one main running back. You know what I mean? Like you look at the Cowboys as Ezekiel Elliott. You look at the New York Giants as Saquon Barkley. You look at the Tennessee Titans as Derrick Henry. You look at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Well, it was Leonard Fournette. You look at the Carolina Panthers as Christian McCaffrey. Those are the main dominant running backs because I feel as though those guys are special. But then you got those other teams that got those 3 running back sets, whereas though they just got 3. They got 3, sometimes 3 different running backs running the ball. Sometimes they got 3 the same. It all depends. Like San Fran got 3 different running backs running the ball.
You think so?
Yeah, I believe they got 3 different running backs, but they did.
I truly think they all. I think last year, I truly think they all were the same running back. I think, except for
I don't think most of it was the same as
I think that's what I'm about to say. I think Mostert was the only variation of it that because he has speed. He was just as fast as Tevin Coleman in them.
Yeah, but Breida, it seemed like Breida. I don't know. It just seemed like Breida was a step away from breaking the big one.
Yeah, that's true.
And Tevin Coleman, like
he was hurt last year though, so
right. But Mostert, look, he cleaned everything right up.
He did.
So but, like I said, that was the only difference on them. The way they read their reads.
I think before answering this question, we have to truly look into it too, as far as such. What do we call do we call anything out the first and second round? Or are we just saying the first round, oh yeah, these are your stars and everybody else is misfits? Are we saying first and second round, those usually when your stars get picked, and then everything else
are usually when your stars get picked, but I don't always say that's true. That's why a guy like Mike Mayock has a job, because he can find gems 4th, 5th, 7th round. That's why
he definitely can. So what's your take? Do you feel like
Well, I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, so I feel as though you're gonna get a running back from anywhere. That's how I feel about that. You get your running back, you coach him up, and then he'll eventually, if he's ready to be a star, he'll be a star. I mean, we had Wendell Smallwood, who we got, I think, in the 4th round, and he was not a star.
True.
And then we got Clinton. We got Corey Clement, who was an undrafted free agent, who ended up being our Super Bowl hero. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's why I said it always depends on, how they want to get coached up, how much they really want it.
True. Here's what I said. I am a firm believer in picking a running back high as far as such. If he's a star-studded running back, that's what I will say. For instance, you only come across the Saquon and Zeke and all them. You come across them very rare at times. You do have those occasions where you got Nick Chubb who fell into the second, but once again, we do feel like stars do get picked there. You have Derrick Henry who fell into the second. Right. But it just depends. If I'm a Broncos fan. I mean, Philip Lindsay's undrafted. When we won the Super Bowl, C.J. Anderson did not go in the first round. That's who our running back was.
Right.
If you truly think back of it, the last star running back who was drafted in the first round who won the Super Bowl, or who was a part of the Super Bowl winning team, was, I think it might have been Marshawn Lynch with the Seahawks, but I'm trying to think. Maybe it wasn't. Let me think. You got the
running back?
Yeah, you got the Seahawks, you got the Patriots. The Patriots don't pick running backs in the first round. Well, Sonny Michel was picked in the first round, wasn't he? He was the last pick.
And they won the Super Bowl with Sonny Michel, yeah.
So, last one was Sonny Michel, and once again, he's off and on. But once again, I do see where people come from by saying running backs are a dime a dozen, because you can get a running back late rounds or undrafted sometimes.
Right, like last year, Damian Williams should have been Super Bowl MVP.
He should have. I agree with you totally on that.
He should have been Super Bowl MVP last year. I mean, they gave it to Patrick Mahomes, but we all know that Damian Williams should have been Super Bowl MVP. And I got to get that one to Marcus Betts, because he called that. He called that out before the game, and he was absolutely right.
Oh yeah, Damian Williams was balling before. I mean, Damian Williams was a baller in that playoffs. He definitely deserved it. I definitely see where people are coming from, though.
I see where Kellen coming from. I never said I didn't see where he coming from.
Nah, and like I said,
I just thought a little bit too crazy with it. You got some guys who was just flat out stars, like Adrian Peterson when he went to the Vikings.
He's a star. That's what I'm saying. You have people that are flat out stars.
And you see guys like that, as we see Adrian Peterson, if he play a couple more years, might break the record.
Which is a segue, because we definitely had an Adrian Peterson question.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, we did, of course.
Oh, yes, we did. Yes, we did, yeah.
So, real quick. AP, as we know, his career is trickling down, but, we all know he did get some years. He got a year taken away from him from injury. 2 years, I think. A year taken away from him because of off-the-field issues. So he had 3 years taken away from him, as far as such. But we all still know what Adrian Peterson did in his prime. We all know what he was. We all see his stats. Where do you rank Adrian Peterson in your top running backs list as far as such when he retires?
Where is he at currently in yards? Do you got that?
Do you said what I have him at currently?
Yeah, in yards. Where is he at currently? You know where he at currently in yards?
I can look it up. Just give me 1 second.
I think no, I do not think running backs are a dime a dozen now. And Adrian Peterson, as of right
So
now, I
right
think.
now he's 5 because you have
Oh well,
you,
he's
you
top
have Emmitt
five.
Smith, Walter Payton, Frank Gore, Barry Sanders, Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, he's top five.
You have him top 5. Let me ask you then: Who do you have in your top 5?
Well, I take Frank Gore out.
Obviously.
Um, I take Frank Gore out, and I will put LaDainian Thomas, and that'll be a switch out.
That's the only switch out you do?
There's only switch out I'm doing.
Okay. I think I have that. That's literally the same thing. I take Frank Gore out and I put LT in. I don't have Frank Gore in my top 10. I'm gonna be quite honest with you.
I like Frank Gore, but I just feel as though he was never that back for me.
No, I said I don't have Frank Gore in my top 10 at all. You might think I'm crazy, people, but he's not in my top 10. But let's, like I said, so he's definitely. I think Adrian Peterson is definitely a top 5 back of all time. I feel like if he wouldn't have had those years taken away, he probably would be third in rushing right now, or maybe even second. Like truly and honestly, because he's fifth and he's only like 1,000 or 2,000 away from Frank Gore. I think it's 1,500 away from Frank Gore, who's at 3, who's just stat padding at this point. But let's not talk about that. But with that being said, we came to our portion that I wanted to get to a lot. I'm gonna give you some names. I want you to.
So wait. Before we go to that, I'm gonna read the comments. Our running backs a dozen. I say no.
No, I'm sorry.
All right.
But I understand the conversation, Kellen. And I do understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, I do understand where Kellen coming from. Let me read the comments. Kellen said the Buffalo Bills put some respect on my team. Jared said him and Tranquil are Chargers linebackers.
Yeah, I forgot about Tranquil. He's really good.
We was the most healthy team in the last 2 years. Kellen said I can get 3 backs to do the same as 1 back for less. Jared said they also had Jeff Wilson, who got touches. He was a power back. Kellen said running backs are dime a dozen. Thank you. The first back in 2020 went in the last round. Broncos took TD in the 6th round. Please like and share the show. Jared said, I was confused when playoff Damian didn't get MVP. Kellen said, running backs are dime a dozen. Put a poll up. A running back, a dime a dozen. Donovan said, what's up, guys? I got to rewatch it. Missed the whole show. Ronald Enoch said they were trying to fluff Mahomes. Kellen said, you had one job. Like and share the show. How you stat padding if you still balling?
You want me to answer that question truly and really, Kellen? The last time Frank Gore has touched 1,000 yards, like literally touched 1,000 yards, was in 2016. The last time he's touched anywhere close to over 6 touchdowns or 5 touchdowns was in 2015. Right now, the man's just running, truly, and he's just running, and he's just staying there to get up in that yardage right now, I feel like. He's not that great of a back, and he shouldn't be playing anymore. I'm going to be honest and truly with you once again. Devin Singletary could have rushed for 1,000 yards last year if Frank Gore wasn't taking away his carries. Like, he had truly no purpose on that team. I mean, as a mentor, yeah. But what else? Devin Singletary got less carries than him and still got more yardage than him? Just think if he would have had more carries. He actually might have been that workhorse back that you guys always say he was, said he was. Like,
he had the possibility to be it, but nobody want to listen to me.
Oh, he has a high possibility. Let's even go back to 2018. You know he didn't have any touchdowns in 2018, though? Dennis, you know he didn't have any touchdowns.
That's crazy.
I mean, honestly and truly, this man is he had 3 touchdowns in 2017. He had 4 in 2016. Like, What you asked me? What is stat padding? What do you mean he's stat padding? He doesn't need to be playing anymore. It's just sometimes you have to know when to hang it up. He's not playing at a high level anymore. He's just truly not. That's how he's stat padding,
Kelly. Okay. So let me get the names.
Oh, we're ready. All right, let's go. So I'm gonna give you a name. Tell me if they're Hall of Fame or not. We disagree, you got it. All right. First on the list, I got Phillip Rivers.
He's Hall of Fame, but he's Hall of Fame. I ain't gonna say that.
This is a tough one that I contemplate with. I don't think he is though. I'd be remiss in saying if I thought he was. I don't think he is. I think he's very subpar to an extent. If that makes sense, I would say. I think he's been very subpar to an extent as far as in winning playoff games. I feel like he chokes a lot in the playoffs. He's a great regular season quarterback, though. But he doesn't have a ring under his belt. And he's had teams. He's had weapons to get him to that spot. And he just never took that next step, I feel like, to get to the Super Bowl.
What's up, kid?
I can't put him there.
Okay.
But, I mean, he will be remembered in Chargers history. Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack. He's Hall of Fame.
You think he is?
How many times he won Defensive Player of the Year?
I
think it's twice, right?
Once? I think it's one time.
One time?
I think he's won it once, but he has All-Pro in two different positions. I know that's one thing that he's just claimed to fame as such. But I think he has Defensive Player one time.
Okay. I'll put him in there. Deuce Staley the GOAT?
I think he will. I got him in there. I think he's somewhat overrated. I think he's lazy at times, but I got him in there.
Oh.
I think a lot.
Should did my own names. I knew you was gonna be talking all this smack about me. Oh god.
Hey, no, I'm not talking smack. I said he was in there, right?
And you did.
Antonio Brown.
Nah, he won't get in.
Are you saying he won't get in because of attitude-wise?
His attitude. That's it.
I think he gets in. It won't be first ballot, obviously, and it's going to take some
years. They're going to TO him. They're going to make him wait all them years.
I mean, but T.O. waited 2 years, which he should have been first ballot. If Randy Moss was first ballot, he should have been first ballot. I've said that many times. But I definitely think AB is going to get in, but he might actually have to wait about a good 6-7 years to get in, to be honest with you, just because of his attitude. That's all. All right. Cameron Hayward from the Steelers, defensive tackle.
No.
I agree with you.
If he do, he's gonna be waiting a while.
He'll be waiting a while for sure if he does get in, but I agree with you. I don't think he gets in. Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson, he's in. Shoe in.
Why do you think he's in shoe in?
The shoe in.
Let me ask you, why do you think he's in shoe in though?
Because he was robbed of in my eyes, he was robbed of MVP.
What year?
At least 3 years.
3?
At least 3 years he was robbed of MVP.
You think so?
Yeah. Last year he wasn't gonna get it because of Lamar's excellence. There was another year. I think he threw 36 touchdowns. Another year.
But the year before that, he wasn't going to get it either because of Patrick Mahomes. So what year do you think he was robbed?
Last year was one.
You think last year was one?
Last year was one. I'm gonna tell you all the years in a minute.
You really think last year was one? Lamar had 30. How many touchdowns Lamar had?
Lamar had 36. He had 31.
Okay, and he had 1,000 yards rushing. You think
2015? Who won MVP? 2015 and 2017 is the two major years I think he had a chance to win it. 2017, I think that was Tom Brady.
It was Tom Brady.
2017, yeah.
You think 2015 he should have won it over Cam?
Yeah.
No. Cam was 15. Cam was 15 1 through for 3,830 yards, I think, with 35 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. That's passing. That's not even to say his running stats.
Well, 2015, Russell Wilson had 4,000 yards passing, 34 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and had a passer rating of 110.1.
Once again, that's not even saying.
Only difference on that is the record. That's the big.
That's not the only difference. His rushing stats, he had over 600 yards rushing with 10 touchdowns. That's a big difference.
Well, Patrick Mahomes don't do rushing. I mean, Russell Wilson don't be rushing.
Well, maybe he should be. Maybe he'll get an MVP a little bit more. I don't think he's a shoe-in as far as you say it. A man with no MVP and one ring, and a lot of people, what they remember of him at the end of the day is going to remember that pick. They're not even going to remember his Super Bowl.
1 yard line?
Huh?
The interception at the 1 yard line?
Yeah, that's what they're going to remember. They're not even going to remember the championship where they destroyed Peyton Manning and the Broncos.
Well, a lot of people say he was a game manager that season. A lot of people say that.
You're right. A lot of people did say that.
And what year was that? Be honest with you. 2013?
13 or 14, one of the two.
Yeah, I think they did.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it was 13.
I ain't big at putting quarterbacks just directly in, especially with no MVP award. But what I will say is Russell Wilson he's a do-it-all person. I mean, he takes it with anything, he'll be able to take something and possibly get you into the playoffs. I think sooner or later he'll get in. I don't think he's a shoe-in. You just saying he's first ballot. I don't know.
First ballot, man. I mean, listen, you talk about numbers and everything else. They took everything away from him offensively, and he's still doing it.
And he kept it. He balled.
He's still doing it. They took everything away from him, not just offensively. They even took away the whole Legion of Doom from him. Defensively, it's been him and Bobby Wagner that's been the two consistents on that team, and I think the bull KJ Wright.
I just can't sit here and say somebody is definitely a first ballot.
Listen, who you scared of when you play Seattle?
I mean, of course I'm scared of Russell Wilson. I'm not saying
that's a Hall of Famer.
I think he's a Hall of Famer. I just said first ballot. You're saying Philly? Nah, I can't say that.
He's a shoe-in.
I just can't. So, we're just talking about this guy, Frank Gore.
He in, but he ain't no shoe-in. But you know what? They put Edgerrin James in. He's definitely in. So
he's in. He's definitely not first ballot to me. As I told you,
whatever it took Edgerrin James to get in, that's what it should take him to get in. Because they both at the same rate to me. Both of them been to a Super Bowl and ain't won it. Both.
No, what are you talking about? Edge got a Super Bowl.
Edge ain't got no Super Bowl.
You sure? You're right. That was Dusty Rhodes and Dominic. It was Dominic Rhodes and it was another runner, Joseph Adai. You're right. Edge got a Super Bowl. If you look at Frank Gore's stats, his stats are just very underwhelming to me. They're a little underwhelming to me. But he gets in the Super Bowl because once again he's third on the list there, and he has longevity, and longevity matters at times. Longevity definitely matters.
George Vollmer. Please like and share the show, ladies and gentlemen. Like and share the show.
So next one more. I got a couple more. Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
All right, I think he in too. Luke Kuechly.
Luke Kuechly should be in.
I think Luke Kuechly.
I don't think Bobby Wagner got a defensive player of the year, do he?
He does not. I think he still gets in because he still has been the second best linebacker in the league for about a good 4 or 5 years, if not first. They've been battling out for first and second. Him and Luke.
And Luke Kuechly, he played 9 seasons?
Yeah. I think Luke Kuechly gets in. I think Bobby Wagner gets in. Now this one, here's the thing. Patrick Willis, you think he gets in?
I think Patrick Willis should get in, but I don't think they're going to probably stall him. But I think he should get in.
I think Patrick Willis should get in because I think every single year that man was playing, I think he was the best linebacker in the league. I don't think there was a question in my mind that he was the best middle linebacker in the league. He was good at coveraging. He was a ball hawk. He literally did everything on that field. You were scared to play him when you lined up against him. If Luke Kuechly gets in, then Patrick Willis has to get in. That's my understanding of how I feel. If you're going to put if you're going to put Luke Kuechly in, because they both played the same amount of years, stats are identical, accolades are identical, you have to put Patrick Willis in. And that's what it comes down to for me.
I agree with that.
All right. Let's do one more, and then we can go on to our last topic. Geno Atkins.
He's been an All-Pro. I think he's been an All-Pro twice. When they put him on an All-Decade team, he's in.
I think Geno Atkins is in. I think he's been the best defensive tackle. Him and Ndamukong Suh have been the best defensive tackles.
Oh,
not count. Wait, listen to what I'm saying.
Wait.
Listen to what I'm saying.
I'm gonna let you talk. I'll be right back. Go ahead.
Listen to what I'm saying. I think they've both been the best defensive tackles before Aaron Donald came in the league. That's as simple as that. I know you like Fletcher Cox. Don't get me wrong, but Geno Atkins is better than Fletcher Cox. Let me be quite honest with you here. And if you don't think that's true, I want to hear your opinion. Why?
I want to know is where you got Ndamukong Suh.
As far as what
is he Hall of Fame?
It's tough with it's tough when Ndamukong Suh. It's tough. Here's the reason why. You have his attitude problem taking the place, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
he's been shuffled around like it ain't nothing.
And that's why I say he's been shuffled around a lot. It's another thing that's taking place. So you look at those two things as far as such. Yes, he was dominant. He was dominant. Everyone knows he was. He was completely dominant. And he filled his job as being one of the best defensive tackles in the league, if not the best defensive tackle league for at least a 3 to 4 year stint. I think he might get in, but it's tough with him. I'm gonna say he gets in, but it's gonna be like a good 10 years. It's tough. But the thing is, though, but if you do that, then you put in Gerald McCoy.
Yeah, these are the questions you gotta ask.
If you do that, do you put in Gerald McCoy? That's the real question.
On what Gerald McCoy does with the Cowboys, because as of right now, I don't think Gerald McCoy gets in.
But do you think that Ndamukong Suh get in?
I don't think Ndamukong Suh gets in.
Okay, I'm about to say because I don't know. I guess if I'm not putting Gerald McCoy in, I don't think I'm gonna put in Ndamukong Suh either.
Okay, what's up, Jacob?
I definitely got Geno Atkins in though. I'll tell you that much.
Atkins. Geno Atkins. I see it as Geno Atkins, Aaron Donald, Fletcher Cox, J.J. Watt.
Yeah,
that's how I see it.
Yeah.
Kellen for the culture said Wagner or Luke. He said Pat Willis should get in first ballot. Sean said no. Sean said let me in. Sean said G tripping today.
What do you mean no? What does he know it about? Like know what? Geno Atkins doesn't get in?
And Jacob said what up? That's about all the comments we got.
I wonder what you say no about. Please tell me. I'm curious.
Yes, put it in the comments. Put it in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. Put it in the comments.
I'm curious.
What's the next topic?
All right, we're gonna finish off the show. I told you each week we're gonna do what you call it, predictions for the season coming up as far as such records. Yeah, and as I said,
but I think no, you know what? Let's do it.
What are you about to say?
Because we doing your mighty AFC West,
and we doing your mighty
NFC East.
Yeah, we're gonna go. I want to go with the NFC East first. I think y'all division a little funner, a little bit fun.
Okay.
So, let's start off with the Redskins. Give me a record where they're placing.
Redskins. I think the Redskins finish either 5-11 or 6-10. They're at the bottom of the division, though. They're at the bottom. They didn't get no offensive help to help out Dwayne Haskins. I hope they don't end up benching him.
They're gonna end up benching Dwayne. I feel like they didn't get any offensive help for that man.
They get no offensive help for him. And I mean, right now they could go make a trade with Bill O'Brien and at least try to get Kenny Stills or something. You know what I mean?
Will Fuller, you know,
right? Something like, but
it's literally Terry McLaurin.
That's it. So I see they're gonna be at the bottom of the barrel. Now, as far as the New York Giants, I think the best the Giants gonna do is 7-9, maybe 8-8. They ain't going higher than 500 though. That's what I'm putting that out there. The Giants will not have a better record than 500.
Okay.
As far as the Dallas Cowboys, I feel as though the Dallas Cowboys might go 10-6 if they get things together. Now, if somehow Dak Prescott still ain't signed and ain't playing, if somehow that happens, then they'll be right down there with the Giants.
You think even with Andy Dalton with that talent? I don't know.
We know who Andy Dalton is.
We know Andy Dalton doesn't win playoff games.
We know.
But we know for 4 to 5 years straight that Andy Dalton can get you to the playoffs when he actually had talent around him.
He is who we thought he was.
Oh no,
Dallas Cowboys signed him for 7 years.
Can we agree to something that when
we ain't agreeing to none of that.
Listen, when Andy Dalton was playing for 4 to 5 years, he got them to the playoffs when he had a good offensive line, which the Dallas Cowboys have, and good wide receivers, which they have. Can we agree to that?
We can agree to that.
So they have those things, plus a top 3 running back in the league, and you're telling me that you don't think they can make it to the playoffs with him?
Nope.
Interesting.
They might. You know what? No, there's 7 teams going to playoffs this year. I stop hating. 7 teams going to playoffs this year. They'll make it.
All right, your Eagles?
My fly high Eagles. Now I'm going to keep it real with you. There's 6 games on our schedule that are up there. They must be played. And the other 10 I feel that we can win. But there's 6 games on our schedule that must be played. So that's how I feel about my Eagles.
So
I feel as though at best we could do 13-3. You know, I said 12-4 when the schedule came out. I still hold by my 12-4, but at best we could do 13-3.
Are the 6 games you're talking about the Rams, the Niners?
The Rams.
I'm asking. Hold on. So look, I'm just going to name the teams.
Did you read the Rams and just say it back like you?
I'm just saying. Hey, possibly, you never know. If they're healthy, you never know.
If they're healthy, I don't care if they was. You know, I'll let you go ahead.
So the Ravens, the Niners. Who else? The Seahawks. I'm sorry, the Seahawks.
Seahawks, definitely the Seahawks.
Packers, and then the Cowboys, obviously.
No, it's the Cowboys. Those 2 games are the Cowboys.
Okay.
I think we beat the Saints. I don't think that's a problem.
You
definitely the Seahawks. The Ravens, I don't think that's going to be a problem because we home.
Interesting.
That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why I think it's going to be a problem is because we home.
It's interesting. I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know about that
one. But the 49ers, yeah, that's the game. And honestly, I'm not really sold on that game 100%, but I'm just going to say that's a game that got to be played. The Cowboys game, both of them joints got to be played because, honestly, the division comes down to the Eagles and Cowboys. I mean, I could talk as much smack as I want to, but, you know, at some point you got to keep it real and know that the Eagles and Cowboys games is where the division is won and lost at. So that's the 2 games right there. And then you got the 49ers. And then I'm going to say the Seahawks.
Okay.
Who else is on there? Green Bay. Green
Yeah.
Bay didn't really do nothing to fix their team, though.
They didn't. They didn't fix their quarterback.
They didn't do nothing to fix their team.
They didn't fix their wide receiver.
And we beat them in Green Bay last year, so
that's true.
And we just got a better corner, so I'm not really sold on that one.
So 10-6. I mean 12. You said 13-3 or 12-4, right?
I said 13-3. That's me being high, but 12-4 is what I said from the beginning, and 12-4 is where I stand at.
Okay. So I'm gonna start with the Redskins. Since I don't feel like they helped their team really this offseason that much, and they still didn't bring. Huh? Defensively, they did. Offensively, they didn't, though. They traded Ray, and obviously Trent Williams wasn't going to play for them. So now they have a little void there as far as such as the tackle position. They had a void last season, really. But offensive-wise, though, I don't think they're going to put up that many points, and I think this is going to stunt Dwayne Haskins' growth even more because, once again, his only player there that he can throw the ball to is Terry McLaurin. If Paul Richardson shows up and shows that he can be a good player, maybe. But, I mean, I don't truly know what he's going to do. Hopefully, they might get some help from Darius Geis if he's healthy, but we haven't seen Darius Geis healthy since college. So I don't truly know how that's going to work out. So I have them going 5-11. I think they pull out 5 games. I think Dwayne Haskins gets 5 wins. They pull out 5 games. I'm going to the Giants next. I don't trust Daniel Jones, but I do trust Saquon Barkley. And I think if he's healthy, I think he can win you at least 3 to 4 games this year alone. Daniel Jones is gonna play bad, but he's not gonna play great either, though. So I have them at 6-10 this year. I don't think they finish 800 at 8-8. I just truly don't trust Daniel Jones. Huh?
You said 800. I said it's 500.
500. I'm sorry. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to your Eagles next because I'm going to Eagles next. I have them at the 2 spot.
Okay.
I think the Eagles will end up being 11-5 this year, and I think they make the playoffs. It's going to be a wild card spot, but I think it'll end up 11-5. Like I said, if healthy, I feel like y'all are going to still have injuries on y'all team. That's really truly the real reason why. I think you guys are still going to have injuries. I think if healthy though, and if Carson Wentz is healthy and everybody's healthy on your team, I truly feel that you guys can be in the number one spot. But I just don't see it. I mean, I don't see it yet. I just gotta wait to see it. Going to the Cowboys.
Right.
Who I feel like had an amazing draft, and they are at 1 for me. Even if Dak Prescott doesn't play, I know I sound crazy. I think Andy Dalton can get them to the number 1 spot in that division because, once again, I have faith in Andy Dalton. But if Dak Prescott's playing, which I know he is going to, I have them going 12-4 this year. I think they are gonna have a good record this year, and they're gonna have a good, as long as everybody's healthy. They have their 3 main pieces on that defense healthy, and everybody in the offense is healthy, and their offensive coordinator just doesn't give the ball. It just all depends though, because if they play like how they played last year, where Zeke has 60, 50 yards in the first half, and he only touches the ball 4 or 5 times in the second half, and they just want Dak Prescott to be a hero kind of, they're gonna lose games. The run game is the reason why I went 13-3. His rookie year. Get back to the run game. That's just as simple as that. If they don't do that, hey, you never know. You might see the same Cowboys as last year. But that's what I have for that
one. All right. Well, let's get on to this AFC West. You over there riding high on them Cowboys.
I'm not riding high on them.
Yeehaw.
I ain't riding high on them. Like I said, I just feel like once again, I said if you guys are healthy, I feel like you guys can be the number 1 seed. I just don't know if you guys are going to be healthy.
12-4.
Okay, we'll see. I mean, like I said, I like Carson Wentz. I like the Eagles. I like Doug Peterson. So
don't let us beat San Fran in week 4. What? And you know that some Super Bowl hangover teams, boy.
It happens. We ain't been back to the playoffs since we won the Super Bowl. So, all right, going to the NFC West. You want me to go first?
Yeah, it's your division.
Perfect. And this is let me just presume. I'm just gonna presume. I'm just gonna assume that everyone's gonna be healthy as far as situation. I should have did it for the NFC, but I still would have kept my rankings though. But it is what it is. I'm gonna put at the bottom of the division. Who is tough? Bottom of the division. I am putting the Raiders there. No offense to my boy. Shout out to my boy Donovan. Mr. Raiders fans himself. Shout out Donovan, because I know you said don't be a homer. I'm not being a homer. I just feel that Derek Carr isn't that great of a quarterback, and then your backup is Marcus Mariota. I do like Josh Jacobs. I do like Max Crosby. You guys had a good draft this year too. I do like Damon Arnett. Like, I definitely like the people that you guys are putting together, but your quarterback just ain't all the way there yet. I just don't think Derek Carr is that good. I think he's very complacent with where he is right now. I think he's going to be complacent where he's going to be. I think he's going to be out of a job here soon. And then you're going to have Marcus Mariota come in there, who isn't that good of a quarterback, and he's not going to be able to do that much. So I truly, like I said, think you guys are going to be at the bottom of the division at 5-11. 5-11. I was going to be generous and say 6-10. I'm going to say 5-11. So I got you guys going 5-11 this year.
At their new house?
Huh?
At their new house?
Of course, at the new house. It's not gonna change then. Just because they're playing in Las Vegas, it's gonna be it's not gonna change anything. The Chargers went to their new house in Los Angeles, and still it was a temporary house. I'm not gonna say new. It was temporary, and they still haven't made it to the playoffs since they went there. Okay. So next on the list, I have the Denver Broncos. I got us finishing third. And this all depends on – I could have us finishing higher, but it all depends on Drew Lock and what he's going to do. But I do feel like the Broncos are going to end up finishing 9-7 this year. They improved their team a lot as Drew Lock and Mel take a next step and actually winning some games. And we actually focus on our running game a lot with our two-headed monster in Phillip Lindsay and Melvin Gordon. And the defensive side can step up because we have weapons there. I think they can finish 9-7, 8-8, 9-7. I think it's a very reasonable number that they can finish. Next, I have the Chargers. I think the Chargers are going to finish with a 10-6 record. Here's the reason why. Although I don't trust Justin Herbert, I don't. But I do trust. I think Tyrod Taylor is going to actually end up starting this year. And Tyrod Taylor is the type of quarterback who's not going to win you the game, but he's not going to lose you it either. And I think they're going to play heavily on that defense to win them games. And I think that defense, and I think they're going to rely heavily on Austin Eckler a lot too. And Tyrod Taylor's they're going to change their mode up a little bit for Tyrod Taylor. So I do feel like they will go 10-6 this year. And then finishing, I think the Chiefs go 13. I got the Chiefs going 13-3 this year, 12-4. I'm not gonna say 13-3, but I have the Chiefs going 12-4 this year.
Okay, all right. Let me tell you how I got this division going. I don't think Tyrod starts. I think it's Justin Herbert, and I feel as though they go 8-8, and I feel as though. Denver makes it to 9-7, and Oakland is 10-6, and Kansas City is 11-5.
You guys going 11-5?
I've got this division being closer than a lot of people think.
I do think possibly the 3 playoff teams can make it out of this division.
Right, I got to be in that close that it can happen.
I think 3 playoff teams. I mean, we'll be quite honest with you. Like I said, these are I think 3 playoffs can make the playoff. I mean, make it in this division. I think 3 playoff teams actually will make it. I don't have the Chiefs going 11-5, but I think 3 playoff teams will make it to them.
Well, I got them going 11-5 because Andy Reid is usually known to lose a game that he's guaranteed to win. It's nothing, nothing personal, nothing like that. But he usually loses a game he's guaranteed to win. And those division games, which all is going to be, especially with San Diego, is going to be a fist fight. With y'all looking to have a shootout with them. And with Oakland, I think Oakland is going to bully him into holding the ball on them and running the ball.
I can see it. But
I think that's how Oakland is still won from him.
I think they're going to stack that box because honestly and truly, I don't think people are scared of Derek Carr.
No, if they do that, then I think this is. I'm not going to say it like this, but if I was picking 5 people to be MVP-ish this year, Derek Carr is one of my 5.
I gotta see it. I gotta see it to believe it.
I'm gonna give out my MVP-ish list.
Okay.
I also got Miles Sanders on that list.
Interesting.
It's my MVP-ish list. You'll be surprised who's another quarterback on my list. You'll be surprised.
Who?
You'll be surprised.
Who is it?
On the MVP-ish list is Josh Allen.
I definitely think Josh Allen's going to start the whole year. And I'm not going to say how you guys be saying that this man's going to get a spot taken by Jesus. What's the guy's name? Jake Fromm. But you know how I feel about Jake Fromm.
Oh, let me say Jake Farr.
You know how I feel about that guy.
Oh, let me say Jake Farr. All right, so that's how I feel about the division. This division is going to be tight. I think the upgrades that people made at wide receiver will start to show up. This is going to be actually.
We'll see. But with all that being said, we appreciate you guys tuning in.